Or they try to.
Welcome back. We're here with Carol Briney, workfromhome.com, helping us as we talk about how to and what should we be thinking about when we start our own home-based business. So, Carol, we finished last segment talking about what are some of those criteria that you should use and not the emotions that too often people may use. Let's pick back up where we left off. What are some of those other criteria that people should be considering?
Okay, one of the criteria is, does the company have a unique product that is competitively priced? Many companies have good products, but they're not competitively priced. Mm-hmm. Many companies have products that aren't consumable. How do you make money, reliable residual income, if the product isn't consumable? Mm-hmm. You also need to look at how much inventory do you have to have on hand. There's many companies out there that have new products quarterly, and you have to buy those products in order to show those products.
And you got to park your car in the driveway and put all the products in your garage.
Exactly. That's one of the big jokes between my company and any other multi-level type company out there, is you can park your car in the garage when you're in my company. Wow. And in your own garage, you're not going to have a ton of inventory. You're not going to have any inventory. You have to look at where their management came from. Did they come from other home-based business type, with big fat egos, and now they're going to start their own and mess with people again? Or did they come from Fortune 500, Inc. 500 companies, people who really understand business? What's the reorder rate in the company? How often does someone order that product? I love these jewelry companies. The jewelry's beautiful, but does your wife have a jewelry budget? She might want one. Yeah. But I don't know anyone who does. It's something, and I don't mean to pick on jewelry companies in particular, but a lot of companies are selling things people don't really need. They're just nice to have stuff.
And the way the economy is right now, do you really see people going out buying jewelry every weekend? Some people are. But, primary focus is, just like you said, something that's reliable, something that you're going to go out, buy every week.
Right, exactly. So what's the reorder rate? Are they going to order over and over and over? Yeah. Most important for reliable residual income. Next, and this is so important, who purchases the product? In most companies, the person trying to make a living is the one purchasing most of the products. Be aware of that. It's a big red flag. If you're asked to do a large commitment of product monthly or quarterly, run. Don't walk. Run from that company. You need to find one of the business leaders who gave me this criteria, told me you need to find a company that at least 90% of the product is being bought by the end consumer, the person who wants to use the product, who really, really uses it.
That's going to be a big tell about whether the product, if you can count on the income coming in.
Right.
Because eventually, if the sellers are the ones buying,
exactly,
it's not gonna sustain.
Right.
Great.
You need to look at the compensation plan. That's not something that we've been taught in business, because the MLM industry and network marketing industry has a compensation plan, and most often they're so darn confusing. It takes weeks and geniuses to figure them out. But there's a couple compensation plans I would once again run away from. One is called the breakaway. A breakaway compensation plan, and you'll know it when you see it. It's like you working for XYZ company, and you have a quota. Okay, in the real world, whatever the business is, let's say Smith Company, you work for them. Smith Company gives you a quota this year of selling $100,000. You do it. And they say to you, good job, Nick. We're so proud of you. You know what we're going to do for you next year? We're going to not only put you out in the field, but we're going to put Josh in your territory too, and you're going to have a higher quota to make. That's what a breakaway in the compensation plan is. And the best way I can tell you that, explain it to you, it just gives you competition. And you start all over from ground zero. So look at that compensation plan. If you don't understand it, feel free to call me. I'll help you.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good with compensation plans. I don't understand all of them, but I can help you go through it, and I'd be happy to do that. The cost of entry. What does it cost to get started? Some companies, it's a lot of money to get started. And some companies, you're paying $299, $399, $499 just for the ability to promote the company.
Nice of them to allow you to do that.
Right. You're not getting anything for it. If that's happening, ask, where's this money going?
Sure,
What am I getting? See, that's called promotional volume. And the guys above you are getting the money. That's where they're getting money, and that's how they're getting paid. And that's how you're going to make money, too. And that promotional volume is not reliable and residual.
Yeah.
Because the day your group stops enrolling people is the day you stop making money. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Look at the timing. Some of the biggest boys in our industry are only growing outside of the United States. They're not growing here anymore. If a company is not growing in the United States, once again, run. Don't walk. Run away from them. Because that means they've burned every bridge in this country. And now they're burning other bridges. And I don't know about you, but I really don't have the money I want to spend to go to Japan or to go to Germany or to go to Italy to build a business. Do you? Even in this day of internet, you still have to go over there and make the contacts.
Yeah, most definitely.
So that's a company to stay away from. Look at the attrition rate. How many people quit?
Yeah.
Some companies literally have 90% attrition.
Wow.
People are constantly churning. Take a look at it. Ask what it is. Look at the reorder rate. In my first company, I had an 8% reorder rate.
Wow.
In the company I'm in now, I have a 95. Documented. I could show you on paper. 95% reorder rate. Monthly. Big difference.
Especially when it comes to reliable residual income.
Exactly. Then how much money do you have to spend to make a paycheck? One of the big players in my arena, you have to spend what's called 100 points. And 100 points can be anywhere between $200 and $450, depending on the products, because they make some of their own products, and some products have less point value because you buy them off the internet. Your first check for doing that $200 to $450 is $8. How many people are you going to get to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, if we're talking reliable residual income, you need to have a team of people. How many are going to keep doing that?
Wow.
Very, very impressive.
Great stuff.
Great.
Let's pause there again. I think fantastic stuff for anyone looking to start their own home-based business. Definitely go to Carol Briney, workfromhome.com. Pick up the ebook on there. Check out all the interviews here on PittsburghBusinessVirgin.com. Get the iTunes as well. Listen to it in the car, as my producer Bud's trying to tell me to make sure you guys know. We'll be back in the next segment. I want to talk about, once you select, how do we grow? How do we we found the right one for us. How do we take that and actually make it a profitable long-term business for individuals? So thanks, and we'll be right back with Carol.